This month's tip is about how to handle tough questions during an interview. Sometimes when you're in an interview, you can get questions that are very broad, like tell me about yourself, or you can get questions that just don't feel like there's a right answer, like tell me what your greatest weakness is. And sometimes you get questions where you really have to sell yourself or position yourself, like why should we hire you? And all of these questions, it can sometimes feel like, how do I answer it? How do you handle it in a way where you don't ramble on, which is sometimes what happens with broad questions, or where you kind of shoot yourself in the foot, which is what happens with some of those ones where it doesn't feel like it's the right answer. So I want to give you a little bit of a framework of how you can handle that, and we'll use the question, why should we hire you? So when you look at that question, you really have to take a moment, or you should come prepared to that interview where you have, I would say, maybe 2 to 3 main areas that are in your skill set, your expertise, you've done them before, that you can bring to the interview, as well as 2 or 3 things from the company that you know that they need, either specifically for the role or within the company culture. And you want to have a balance of both. So I would say at least 2 to 3 things, and 2 of them should be based on your experience. 1 is on company culture. And what you want to do when you're answering the question like, why should we hire you? You want to be able to layer your experience and your expertise and match it to what they need for the role specifically. And you're just kind of layering as you're giving this answer, but it should feel by the end of your answer, so say you match 2 points of your expertise, and then your last point is about your motivation and why that's a fit for their company culture. When you get to the end of that explanation, it should feel to the interviewer like this is a match made in heaven. They should look at it and say, oh my gosh, you seem like the perfect fit for this role. It should feel like you just made them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, these things are meant to be together. It's perfect together. So that's how you answer that question. 2 or 3 things from your background or experience that match specifically to what the company is looking for and their culture. And then at the end of it, you should have a great answer to one of the toughest questions that you might get.